All right, guys, here we are for another episode of the Data Duo.
Come on, mate. We need a better name than that.
Who comes up with this?
I spent hours coming up with that name.
Parc Fermé. Is that French?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Don't know. Just locked up.
I just see the Parc Fermé sign and it says don't touch, so I stay away.
Yeah. So Parc Fermé is the period after a race or a qualifying session where we're not allowed to touch the car anymore. We can fit fans and loosen off the wheel nuts and download the data, but that's about it. And that gives the scrutineers time to have a look around, make sure everyone's cars are above minimum weight and wing angles are okay, and all their usual checks for legality.
So a tow is like a slipstream. So when the car's flat out, you got all the air pushing onto the car, creating drag and making it slower. But if you put another car and you're following it, the air flows funny. I don't know how to explain it properly, but you end up getting a bit of a suck up to the other car. You get that lull in the air there, and it puts less air on the nose of yours, and you get to close up. I think I'm explaining it right.
Yeah.
So you get a huge speed advantage from it. So particularly in qualifying, it can be handy at some tracks, but on other tracks, because there's that lack of air, you lose front downforce. So you end up going slower because you don't have as much grip. So there's a bit of a fine line for what you want to be. If there's like 5 cars in a row, you end up getting sort of a flow-on effect around the track, and that can really help you as well. So yeah, and in the race as well, it's good for setting up passes. You'll follow as close as you can and then pull out at the last second, use as much of the slipstream effect as you can.
So when we fill the car before a practice session or a race, we have a set of scales that basically weighs how many kilos we're putting into the car. In the car, we then have a flow meter, which basically measures how many millilitres per second that we're flowing, and we compare that to the density, and that's how much fuel we're using. So, sorry, what was the rest of the question? In races, we run pretty tight to the limit. Particularly, you go to Bathurst every year, seems to be a fuel save sprint at the end. So you just have to run tight and wait and see when the pot kicks in. But yeah, we're not here to leave anything on the table, so we always push pretty hard in every area.
All right, thanks guys. If you have any more questions, feel free to send them our way.
We'll do our best to answer them.